All right, let's get more. Let's speak to Hilal Elver. She is the UN's Special Rapporteur on the right to food, and she joins us from what I'm assuming is a very sunny Bodrum in southwestern Turkey. Hilal, good to have you on the show. As a Special Rapporteur, you closely observe what's going on in different countries with regards to food security, food sovereignty, the right to food, especially in war-torn countries. What are you seeing?
Well, as David Beasley rightly today explained, actually yesterday, because Security Council had a meeting on that, the coming starvation and famine is not new. Last 2-3 years, we have been keep saying that that kind of situation, that basically conflict, impact of extreme weather events because of the climate change, and also economic downturn is becoming an important. Recently, instead of we are reducing the hungry people and also very strong hunger, because there are levels of hunger from 1 to 5. We are talking about 821 million in general, but also 135 million severely hungry people. So this was not the new in United Nations agenda, but with the COVID, it became unmanageable and will be serious in next 3 months if we don't make some extraordinary policies around the world, globally, regionally, nationally.
It's almost as if like you're adding insult to injury. All right. The full impact of this pandemic on food security, as well as the total agricultural food system, is not yet fully known. But what is clear is that it's having a significant negative effect on people all along the entire food supply chain, from producers to processors to marketers to transporters, and at the very end, us consumers. How much have things changed because of this pandemic?
Well, it's interesting. COVID-19 came first time started in developed countries, because the earlier pandemic or important infectious diseases started in developing countries. This is a very new way, because it started in China, then came to Europe, now United States. Now we are worried about that goes to the real food insecure countries, because we are at the very starting of the problem. You see the problem right now because of the migrant workers, for instance. It's not only in India, in Europe, which is the most sophisticated agricultural system, including Italy, France, Germany. Now they cannot find any kind of food workers to work, and all the productions are left in the farm. So that's the problem. The food supply chain is breaking because of the stopping of the transportation. So many countries are trying to make it some extra kind of policies, but in nationalization of the food system policies is extremely dangerous for countries like Africa, Middle East, like
Okay.
they talk about the serious famine is coming.
Okay, Hilal, I want to ask you, let's come up with a task list. How do organizations like the United Nations, your organization, as well as sovereign governments, minimize the impact of the coronavirus pandemic on food security?
Well, there are global policies that already UN Secretary General made. Is a very global ceasefire. It's extremely important, because we have to stop the conflict as much as we can, because this is the major problem. The second, they don't, didn't mention, but the UN General Secretary made it, economic sanctions should be stopped to countries that already are having serious problems, like, for instance, Venezuela and Sudan, Zimbabwe, North Korea. These are under economic sanction, which is very serious. And then debt relief. Many of the developing countries or underdeveloped countries are serious kind of debts, international debts. This has to be completely stopped right now. And then there could be some kind of global wealth tax to collect humanitarian aid money, which is right now in really catastrophically lower than what we are experiencing right now. Of course, also there are national policies, but this is the global policies. We need the global solidarity. Unfortunately, global solidarity is now not always the case. For instance, cutting the money of the World Health Organization is extremely problematic. I hope that will be changed.
Okay. Hilal, I'm afraid we're going to have to leave it there. Hilal Elver, live for us from Bodrum. Thank you for joining us here on the program.
Thank you.